Bro, you're trash. Like, what? Bro, I have no gun, bro.
So on the quick settings, for my controller, I just do 4.0. This just makes my gameplay like rather snappy and lets me do 360s and a whole bunch of janky stuff as fast as I can. FOV 120, so I can have the most visibility. I like to keep my I like to keep my graphics as low as possible. Master game volume 20, voice chat. I don't talk to much people on here, so I kind of just mess around with it randomly on a controller. My button layout is normal, except my map and inventory switched. No buffer ping, no controller vibration. My left stick minimum 0, my left stick max is 99. Now a lot of movement demons, including like J-Vert and several others, have their left stick max like sets at like 25, 50, 35, like as low as they can get it that seems possible. I like to do 99 because I'm able to be more complex with my movements. And I just do right stick minimum 1 and right stick max 99. Now for the left trigger and right trigger dead zone, you want this to be completely maxed out. So whenever you ADS, you get the fastest ADS time. Whenever you go to shoot, you don't have to waste any time with taking 9 years for your trigger to go all the way down before you actually start shooting. You just start shooting the moment you even touch it. For aiming, now here's something huge I recommend. Since Call of Duty did rig a whole bunch of things, including aim assist and ADS sensitivity multiplier, I recommend going a little lower than what you originally were, maybe by 15, 10, or possibly 20. And aiming advanced settings, I just have instant, assist, dynamic. Now you always want this set to max because, well, again, they rigged it. I have both of these on, obviously. This is probably, maybe it's not on this one. I was about to say this is probably one of the most important parts, but we'll get to that here in a second. I do tactical sprint assist, so I don't have to press a whole bunch of buttons just to sprint. I use hybrid when it comes to sliding. Make sure this is set to short, so you don't have to waste any time sliding and diving. I have airborne mantle set to partial because I really struggle to climb things. Sprint restore, slide maintain sprint. Make sure you always have this off so you can just put it on the screen like you're able to get to the ground as fast as you can, and you barely even hold the parachute button, you just straight up mantle. Wall jump activation, I don't have Black Ops 7 multiplayer or any of the most recent multiplayers, so I just leave this as is. Double tap third person. Now for advanced settings, I have sprint tactical behavior toggle. I set this to toggle so the hybrid, I'm able to press one button and I just dive. Since I already sprint, all I have to do is press the sprint button again and it just lets me dive the next time I press circle. Plunging underwater trigger sprinting door bash on ground mantle, and yeah. Now for combat, a lot of this is pretty obvious. Now the weird thing is, Call of Duty does like to mess with the finishing move and body shields, but I recommend prioritizing body shield, because all you have to do is double tap. Now you can double tap as fast as you can, like it's really easy to double tap in less than a second. However, with this press and hold thingy, it like gives you a delay, so you have like a full 500 milliseconds before it actually does the execution. But if you're able to double tap as fast as you can make the time as short as you want. So I'd recommend prioritizing body shield. Hold melee, ADS plus melee, down button, yada yada yada. I always do apply one. I've had some people say you should do apply all. I always do apply one, because if you do apply all, your odds of getting caught in the middle of shielding up are really high. So if there's enemies nearby and I get damaged a little, I only want to apply one shield so I have a chance, instead of getting caught in the middle of shielding and then I get shot down. Now that is where YYing comes in and help. It's just I'm not used to it being apply all, so I just keep it at apply one. C4 detonation all at once, equipment behavior, hold, manual fire behavior, press, changing zoom activation, sprint tactical, sprint focus, short delay. You always want the delay completely short. Anything that says delay, get it as short as you can. I don't know why it's so short delay, I want it instant. Interact, prioritize interact. I don't know much about this one. Cancels reload. You always want this to cancel reload, because if you're in the middle of reloading and you need to escape a situation, and it's not gonna let, if this is off, it's not gonna let you mantle over something, so it's just gonna keep you reloading and you're gonna be stuck behind a window while somebody's shooting in your back. Kimbo behavior, I don't use akimbos, so I don't really care about this one. ADS stick swap off. Depleted ammo, weapon switch. I have this on because there's a lot of cases where I'll run out of ammo mid-fight, so I just let the game do it automatically for me. Better reaction time and your odds of dying decrease a lot. Weapon mount movement on, weapon mount return off, and yeah. Scoreboard mat, stats, behavior, toggle, overlay advanced settings, all this. Now for my graphics, I like to play on 21.9 because it gives me a lot more FOV, almost 200. You always want to do full screen borderless, as this gets you the best graphics possible. Now for display adapter, this doesn't really matter. It either does it automatically or you're able to choose it. If you do have to choose, I'd recommend testing them before you figure out which one actually works better, what gives you the best performance and the best quality. Now for this one I use 2.2 because that's what my monitor is meant for. You always want the boost, as it actually helps keep your FPS up. I do efficiency for this one. VSync is for if you're ever playing and there's like random tears into your screen. If there is, I'd recommend putting this at 50%. If 50% is messing with you for some reason, I recommend putting this at 25, 30. You can test through these. I don't highly recommend 100%, but if it's really that bad, then go for 100. Menus 100%, because the menu's not gameplay, it doesn't really mess with anything. I have my custom frame rate set to 120, 60, 120. You could have a better computer than me, so you could set that higher if you want to, or unlimited. Reduce menu render resolution, optimal. Pause game rendering off. Reduce quality when inactive, 10 minutes. Focus mode 0. Now, I play on 1920 1080 monitor, so if I were to go any higher, my game would start lagging and crash like really terribly. So I can't do 4K, 2K. It's because of the monitor. But if you had a 4K monitor, then you would be able to go to the max. Or maybe the max is 12K. I'm not sure. Dynamic resolution, yeah, this helps get me more frames. Now, for this one, I recommend doing this as it's the one that has the best performance, best quality. However, if this one is not working for your computer, you can test out the other ones. Just this one in general works for almost 90% computers. Have this off, as this actually destroys your frame rate, believe it or not. Even though it says increases frame rate, it does not. It completely screws with you. Ray tracing, I have this off as it causes severe lagging on my side. VRAM, I'd set this to either 70 or 80. Honestly, it's not too much of a deal whatever you set it to. Variable rate shading on, gives it more better quality. Texture resolution low so I can have more FPS. Now if I were doing like some Easter eggs, I'd set this to normal. Low. Depth of field, I have this off so my gun and gameplay can look better. Detail quality low, low. Bullet impact, persistent effect, shader quality low. I have all of these lows, so again for better frame rate. Low, 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 low. Off, low, very low, 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 off. Now for view, this one is kind of up to you. Now for FOV, I have this set to 120, most visibility, I've said that before. For this one can change your whole gameplay. I've tried these both back and forth. I usually do affected so I can actually see what's going on around me, because if you were to do independent, it would immediately send you to 90 FOV, which I'm not used to, and it screws with me mid-game. I have this set to narrow so my gun looks tinier. Third person field of view, this one doesn't really matter. This one doesn't matter either. I have this set off so I can actually see what's going on around me when I'm doing flips and spins. 50%, 100%, third person ADS. Inverted flashbangs, if you have, what you want to call it? If you have issues with your eyes whenever you just get random flashes on screen, I'd recommend turning this on, as instead of white it shows black. And I have this set to first person so I can actually see what's going on instead of the third person taking for like 9 years to actually get to my screen. For audio, this one's really important. I recommend this for all players. Now set your master gain volume to 100, effects volume 100, dialogue volume you can choose between 15 through 5, and cinematic music volume 0 and gameplay music 0. Reason why is because music is intensely loud and you want to be able to hear footsteps and gunshots, so I'd recommend turning these both off. Just whatever speaker and headphones you're using, whatever you're using here, stereo, Windows default. Enhanced headphone mode, I would not recommend doing this because I have built-in 3D headphones. If you were to do this twice, then it would automatically set me to mono for some reason. I'm not sure about your headphones, you're gonna have to test this out. Try out with your headphones on different games and see if it actually does a 3D sound like it says. Now, you always want this set to Treyarch Mix. If you have this set to anything else, then it's not going to give you 3D audio. Bass boost makes it where the footsteps are quieter. Headphones, just how the headphones are. Treyarch Mix makes it where the footsteps are louder and the gunshots are louder. Treyarch? I can't pronounce crap. Don't know much about this one. This one's actually really new. These two are very new. They must have been just added like several days ago. Home theater, if you're those one dudes that just come in here and set 2 giant speakers next to your TV and blast Call of Duty throughout your whole house. Voice boost, I've also never heard of this one. This one's new. I would highly not recommend mono audio. This is probably the dumbest setting. Mono? Would not recommend this at all, because imagine somebody sitting to your right and it's playing in both of your ears and you don't know where they're sitting. Like, it's just messed up. I have this off. Hit marker preset, this is completely up to you, it doesn't really matter. Voice chat, I don't mess with voice chat a lot, but this is my settings. And then for interface, automatic, Off, on, off, off. I have all off because I don't want people to get distracted by the FPS counter at the top left of my screen. On, default. I have this off. I have subtitles. Well, they're all off, but for some reason it keeps switching the default. Subtitle size, don't really matter. I recommend having the subtitles off because they're kind of annoying anyways. I thought I had these off. Oh, my text chat's disabled. Color customization, this is mine. I'd recommend switching this to any colors that are brighter. My settings got resetted recently, so I forgot to switch them back. I'd recommend doing things that you wouldn't see on Call of Duty, like red. If they're near the storm or barriers, you wouldn't be able to see them. So I'd recommend either doing pink or a really bright cyan. Try and do a darker cyan just in case, because some of the map is white and like really bright cyan looks like white. There are some times where I just do straight up pink, so. Color filter, color filter none. And yeah. Gameplay HUD, minimap visibility on, custom full name. This is just so if enemies pop up in front of me, I can tell whether if it's my teammate or not. There's been several cases where I thought it was my teammate and I got shot down by him, realizing it was an enemy. That's just the HUD bounds. I display this near the health after 10 seconds. Off, custom ping duration 20. You want this at 20 so you can have your enemies marked for the longest amount of time possible. Kill feed duration, I have this off so it doesn't mess with my visibility, because there are a lot of enemies that pop up from the right and left, and this stuff is what is in the way. I have the radar off because you already have a built-in radar in your minimap. Minimap rotation, just whatever you're used to, on or off. Map assist, doesn't really matter. Compass, crosshair lines. Make sure you have your crosshair lines. It is very important. If you were to try and play with a dot, you don't realize how hard it is to play like that. Now, I'd recommend playing with a cyan crosshair, as it's the one color that is, like, you can see it through almost anything in Call of Duty. There's nothing in this game that is that bright as blue. So like white, you could just stare at the sky and your whole crosshair goes invisible. I have the visuals on so I know if I'm hitting or missing. These don't really matter. I just like to tell when I have them dead instead of me constantly shooting. Off. Off 100. Just white. Again, don't have multiplayer. This one doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I have these very specific, so there's certain things I don't want to pop up in my screen that doesn't really matter to me. I don't play squads, duos, or trios a lot, so I have the revive off. The special pickups doesn't matter to me either. If one of my teammates get revived, that's cool. Gulag, I don't play Battle Royale. Kill streak, so I can know if my teammates have a UAV. Elimination, so I can know if my teammate's dead. Down, so I can see if my teammates are downed. Contracts, to see what my teammates are starting. I have not gone through this one yet, but a lot of this would be very helpful, so you can tell when it's fire sale. There's been several times where I didn't even know it was fire sale because I was not paying attention, so I'd recommend keeping a lot of these on, but your choice. I have this set to the lowest even though it's already off. And yeah, that's all my settings. Now for my loadouts, I cannot use the Black Ops 7 guns. No matter how hard I try, I cannot use them. So I just use some really old guns. So MW2, What's this gun called? It's not telling me the name. MW2 Lanchman Shroud, I think. Yeah, Lanchman Shroud. Here are the attachments. I have this attachment on so I can go full auto, because let's be honest, nobody likes burst in Warzone. And then I use the MW3 Ram 9. Here are the attachments. All these attachments are recoil and movement based. And I use these perks for very specific reasons. Veteran, as players nowadays trust me, they like to use flashbangs, stuns, concussions, gas, shocks a ton. And it messes with your gameplay if you do not have this on. If you don't have this, your odds of dying are just genially high. Plus, it's the only good one in my opinion. Now, if you're the type of guy that likes to go sneaky, I'd recommend cold-blooded instead of veteran. If you're more an active player and runs around like a dummy, I'd recommend using veteran. I use sprinter just for the movement demon, and I have more tactical sprint. I can reload while tag sprinting, and no penalties for movement. Now, if you're more of a professional ranked player, I'd recommend using quick fix, as you can shoot while shielding up. It's extremely broken at the point where like you can make it guarantee where you win every fight. Use sprinter if you want to be all flashy with your moves. Use quick fix if you're just more professional. Reactive armor and bomb squad really would not recommend it. Alertness is cool. I don't really have any reasons for any of these. If you're the type of guy that forgets to shield up, I'd recommend this one. Now for perk 3, if you're a professional, I'd recommend using tempered, or you could be like me and use sprinter and tempered sometimes. I use adaptive because it gives me more movement speed and ADS speed and sprint to fire speed, which just makes you an absolute god if you were to even just lose a little bit of shield. Meaning that if an enemy hits you just once, like you can move faster than Sonic. Survivor's pretty decent. Instead of taking like a full 7-8 seconds to heal, it only takes you 4 seconds, and you revive your friends faster. So I'd recommend using this for probably duos, trios, or squads. Ghost, again, if you're the sneaky type of player, I would recommend this. I just have katanas as it goes with my YouTube profile. Stim shots, whenever I get damaged and I just need to heal, or for some reason they got rid of the infinite tag sprint on sprinter, so this could also be just to gain more stamina. Now I'm trying to get combat axe, but for now I just have the Molotov. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button, and I'll see y'all in the next video.